Admissions in higher ed is stuck. Outdated tools and rigid processes slow institutions down, making it harder to truly connect with today's students. But Brittany at the College of Albemarle shows there's a better way.
At College of the Albemarle, we're always looking for new ways to better serve our students. Let's face it though, life doesn't always fit into a 9-to-5 schedule. That's why we've been so excited about the AI tools we get to use through our CRM, Element 451. This makes connecting to COA easier than ever. We're working on Bolt AI Assistance, Bolt Discovery, and these are tools designed to give students access to COA resources and information anytime, day or night. Got a question about admissions? Need help exploring programs? Looking for resources? These tools are like having COA staff at your fingertips, ready to help whenever it's convenient for you.
Your prospective students get the info they need when they need it, and your team saves time. Visit element451.com to see how AI can help you simplify your admissions process to stay focused on what really matters, your students. Welcome to The Application, a podcast focused on actionable takeaways to help you level up your marketing and enrollment management game. I'm your host, Dr. Allison Tercio, Assistant Vice President of Enrollment and Marketing at Siena College. Join me every Tuesday for discussions with some of the best minds in higher ed marketing and enrollment management. The Application is part of the Enrollify Network, a robust collection of podcasts designed to help higher ed professionals like you grow. Explore our other shows at enrollify.org or check out some of my personal faves linked in the show notes below. Enrollify is made possible by Element 451, the leading AI-powered all-in-one student engagement platform, helping institutions create meaningful, personalized, and engaging interactions with students. Learn more at element451.com. Welcome back to the Application's special mini-series, AI for Yield Season. I hope part 1 on what AI can and can't do for you was helpful. We're now ready to take the next step and dive into one of the most powerful ways to increase yield, personalizing outreach at scale. I know those two things feel like they shouldn't go together, but we're going to talk about how AI can help make that happen. Students want to feel seen and valued, but when we're managing outreach for hundreds or thousands of admitted students, true personalization can feel overwhelming. That's where AI is going to come in. Today, I'll walk you through 4 powerful ways AI can help you personalize communication without adding more to your already packed to-do list. The first is actually going to be how we can use AI to help us with handwritten notes at scale. I know that sounds like it shouldn't work, but we'll get there. 2, generating content ideas tailored to different student segments. 3, choosing the right content for each student based on specific needs. And 4, refining one ad for different student groups. Let's get into it. I want to start with something that probably sounded like a surprise to you, the handwritten notes. You're probably thinking, what does AI have to do with handwritten notes? Stay with me. A South Korean beauty retailer found that customers who received a handwritten thank you note spent 100% more on future purchases than those who didn't. And here's the kicker. Photocopied notes work just as well as original handwritten notes. The key was actually the personal touch, not the handwriting itself. So how can generative AI help us here? Let's say you want to send a handwritten thank you to 50 students who attended a recent admitted student event. Instead of writing 50 from scratch, we can ask ChatGPT to generate unique warm messages for each student based on their major or interests. For example, you could say, write a short, warm thank you note for an admitted student interested in nursing, mention how they'll make a great nurse, and encourage them to reach out with questions. And then the AI might generate something back like, I just want to take a moment to personally congratulate you on your admission and thank you for coming to the Accepted Student Day. Your passion for nursing stands out, and I have no doubt that you'll make an incredible nurse one day. If you have any questions as you make your decision, I'm here for you, and I'd love to help in any way I can. I hope to see you again on campus soon. Now, you can see how you could give even more information about a student to make it even more tailored, and if you have time to do that, go for it. You've saved time on getting this template down. If not, you can also use this message that could go to a lot of students, right? This would fit for many of them. You can print them out and make copies, and you can handwrite the student's name in your signature. You can handwrite all of them. You can ask interns to help you handwrite all of them. Any of those options will still feel personal, and it will help you get personal with more students. Number 2, another way AI can help us is by tailoring content to different student groups. Blog posts, social media content, email campaigns, this works for anything like that. Instead of brainstorming from scratch, we can use AI to generate content ideas based on different student interests. So for example, generate content ideas for admitted students in 3 different categories: first generation students, STEM students, student athletes. And it might come back with ideas like 5 things I wish I knew as a first-gen college student, how our engineering students land internships at NASA, balancing sports and academics, tips from our college athletes. Now, instead of spending hours of brainstorming or gathering a bunch of people from your team to spend time brainstorming, you have 3 targeted content ideas that you can take them and run with them. And they speak directly to those groups of students that you've defined. You can use them for blog posts, emails, social media, even one-on-one conversations. The takeaway here is you are the decider on who those audiences are that you need to create this tailored content for, right? But AI can help you generate the ideas to make the content that's highly relevant. You still have to pick from those ideas, by the way, what works for your audience. So AI is not ever going to be a replacement for the knowledge and understanding that you bring to the table, the knowledge that you have about the students interested in your university. Now let's go to number 3. We're going to take it a step further. Say you have a library of blog posts, emails, and videos. I'm sure you do. AI can help you match students with the right content. So in this scenario, let's be hopeful that a student's going to reach out to us. They're going to say, I'm really interested in your business program and specifically internships that I could have. Instead of manually searching for the perfect resource, like for instance, you might go on the website looking for a list of internships. You might have to reach out to the Career Center. You might look for stories of interns that you can share. There might be videos about internships. You might have an internal newsletter that features different internships throughout the year. Let's instead gather all of this content that's at your disposal. It doesn't necessarily need to be just about internships. I mean, make a list of all of the content you have at your disposal that you could be sharing with students on all different topics that your college or university is producing. Maybe you work with a team and pick one person who's going to be the maintainer of this. And every time a new YouTube video goes up, the link goes there and a quick description of what it is. Anyway, share that list of content topics with ChatGPT. Say a student interested in business is asking about internships. What content piece should I send them? Right? So if your content has something like a blog post that's 5 internship programs that turned into full-time jobs, ChatGPT is going to surface that for you and say, hey, how about this one? It might surface a couple things, and then you can decide what's best for that student. So this is saving you time overall. Yes, there's some front-loaded time on gathering all of that content, but it's going to save you time in the long run because you're not going surfing for it for each individual student. Again, this is a pretty basic example, but you can customize what you know about a student even more. And so you can get to even better resources and even better matches between the student and the content. And again, you're still the one doing the outreach and coming up with the ways to make those connections with your students. AI could not have done this task alone. It needs you. It can't replace you, but it can definitely be helpful to you, and it can be a time saver. Finally, let's give an example for how we can customize messages for different student groups. I'm going to talk about an ad campaign, but this could be applied to emails, all sorts of different content. I mean, we're all doing emails, digital ads, social media posts, all kinds of content where we're trying to engage admitted students, and we know that one size fits all doesn't work. How can we take a base and optimize it for multiple audiences? So in this case, we're going to run a digital ad campaign targeting admitted students who haven't deposited yet. Instead of writing one generic ad and hoping it works for everyone, we can use AI to generate multiple versions tailored to different student groups. right? So if we're asking it to tailor, again, let's go back to first gen STEM, out of state STEM students, it might take something like time is running out, secure your spot at university by submitting your deposit today. Add a layer for first gen students. You're making history. Be the first in your family to go to college at Siena. STEM students, future scientist, engineer, innovator, your journey starts at Siena. Submit your deposit and get ready for hands-on learning. So instead of one generic ad, we have multiple targeted versions that will resonate with different groups. This will make the campaign more effective without requiring a lot of extra effort. We didn't have to sit there and do all of the writing. Again, we were still the originators of the content. We still wrote the base content. What we're doing here is having the AI help us to quickly customize the outreach across multiple audiences and then take it a step forward, right? You can customize this now across multiple channels, emails, ads, social content. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. In this case, a few small tweaks can make a big difference in engagement and yield because it feels more relevant and more personal to the student. Personalizing outreach doesn't have to mean hours of extra work. AI can help us on all of these types of examples I've just talked about. It's about working smarter, not harder, focusing on what really matters, right? This frees you up to help students feel confident about choosing your school. Thanks for tuning in to AI for Yield Season Part 2. In the next episode, we're going to talk about creating better content faster so you can spend your time on the students who need it most. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it, and I will see you next time. The application is part of the Enrollify Podcast Network. If you like this podcast, chances are you'll like other Enrollify shows too. Our podcast network is growing by the month, and we've got a plethora of marketing, enrollment, and higher ed tech shows that are jam-packed with stories, ideas, and frameworks, all designed to empower you to be a better higher ed professional. Our shows help higher ed marketers and admissions professionals find their next big idea, and they feature a selection of the industry's best as your hosts. Learn from Jamie Hunt, Seth Odell, Day Kibbolds, Jeremy Tears, and so many other of your favorite higher ed leaders. Enrollify is made possible by Element 451, the leading AI-powered all-in-one student engagement platform, helping institutions create meaningful, personalized, and engaging interactions with students. Learn more at element451.com.